that was about. So it wouldn't let me go live. It won't let me go live on my phone, but it let me go live here on my iPad. And when I went live on my iPad, it went live on the phone.
Okay. Let's see. Let me.
So the 4 people who are here, we are having technical difficulties. And if you guys know me, I'm not a tech guru, so I don't know exactly what's wrong. But I'm live here, and I see Scott, so I'm happy.
Hey, so the 4 people hold on. Here, hold on. Let me turn down my other phone. We're on there. I got it. I'm watching us.
All right, so that took us 6 minutes. That's not bad.
Not too bad. We can handle that one.
Oh my goodness. Good evening, Nate. Good evening, Chris from the 740. I have your patch.
Chris.
Hold on, Chris. Hold on. There you go. Still got it.
Nice. Chris is a stud, man. So he just broke 11,000 followers.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice, dude.
Yep.
I need a MacBook Air. Is that what you're telling me, Nate? These tech issues wouldn't happen if I had a MacBook Air?
I am not an Apple fan.
I am. He says that because my boss bought me a MacBook Air and I had a lot of problems with it.
Yeah.
And after like 20 hours with tech support, I almost shot it and blew it up. And I just...
That would have been a great video.
It's a very sensitive subject to this day, months and months later. Okay.
Geez.
Anyway, this is what I'm thinking. So I want to do this live every week with somebody as a way of just having some fun and getting to know people and intermingling our audience. And I think I'm going to start off every live video with the same question. And I know you won't have a problem with it. And I'm debating, do I surprise everybody with the same question or do I give them a heads up?
No,
so you let me know. And I've shared this on social media and you've answered. So I think this will be easy for you. If you could meet anybody, who would it be? I know, right?
That's a loaded question because there's a lot of people. John the Baptist, probably.
Good answer.
Just because he was the one who was baptizing people all in the name of Jesus, but then when Jesus showed up, he's like, "Whoa, no, that's not me. I can't touch this. I am not worthy." Yeah. So I think just to hear the reasoning of why, in more of a detailed description of why he's, I mean, granted, none of us are worthy of that. However, but I think probably John the Baptist would be a good one to sit down and chat with.
Yeah, that's a good answer. There's no wrong answer. There's lots of good ones.
Yeah.
Lots of good ones.
How about you?
I would say Mary.
Okay.
Because we don't know much about Jesus during the first 30 years of his life or so. And imagine how many cool stories she could tell of things, not only things that didn't make it in the Bible, but just what was he like growing up? Did he get in trouble? Yeah. Like, it's Jesus. He can't, but I don't know. It's just, I think she could tell so many cool, unique stories that nobody else could tell.
Oh, yeah.
And my other thought was, God himself, too. Like, God's in the Bible. Yeah. You could, how cool would it be to have a conversation with God himself, So.
Yeah. Well, one day we will be able to. That's the cool thing.
One day. Yes. One day. And anybody else in this chat, if you guys have questions or you want to answer the questions we're asking each other, feel free to chime in. I love questions. All right. Yep. So anybody who's here for my audience, tell them a little bit about yourself.
Well, the channel name is Drop It Like a Scott. I just do, just the basic of gun reviews, and I'm not I may not be a smart man, but I like shooting guns and I like like telling people about what they are. But I think the reason why I got started in doing guns and gun reviews is I was sitting, long story short, I was sitting watching Demolition Ranch video with my wife 6+ years ago. And I said, I I could do something like this. And she said, well, do it then. I'm like, okay. I said, I need to buy more guns. She said, okay, buy more guns. I'm like, yes. So, and then she said, you
You
have to,
married the right one.
yes, I did. So she said that, you're going to have something that's different than every other gun channel because you don't want to just be another gun guy. I'm like,
Hmm.
that's true. So after long, hard thinking about it, I was like, you know what? Um, this is why I wanted to, create a word of encouragement, scripture-based word of encouragement, to be able to, somebody's about to knock on my window in my truck. Just to do a word of encouragement, scripture-based for Bible, and just kind of plant the seed for something else that is more so not shoving the scripture down your throat, but just kind of planting that seed and letting people know what I'm about.
Mm, that's
So.
awesome, man. That's
And
awesome.
so that's why I do, at the end of my videos, I do a word of encouragement just to kind of throw it out there, say, hey, this is what I believe. I'm not saying you have to believe this or you have to go about what I believe, but I want you to experience what I experienced because in essence, God saved my life. So
That's
that's where
beautiful.
that's at.
That's beautiful. What
Yeah.
else about
So
you besides your channel that you want to share?
um well I've been married for 28 years. So
Which is
I'm
amazing
not a
because what are
young.
you, like 32 years old?
Exactly. I got married when I was 12. So no, I've been married for 28 years. And so I got married when I was 21, and I've been working for FedEx for 18 going on 19 years. I do security investigations for them. Before that, I worked undercover security at Universal Studios for 10 years. So I've been in the security industry for a very long time, and that's pretty much everything that I do. Um, on top of YouTube, I'm a realtor. My wife and I have a home staging business where we stage
Mm.
houses for realtors. So I stay busy.
Yeah, man.
So
That's a
yeah,
lot. That is.
yeah. So,
All right, what do
but
you got for me?
man, I got a list of questions. Hold on. um, of course, I always want to know more in depth about the people that I'm friends with and stuff. I want to know what makes you tick, what drives you, what pushes you to that next plateau in your life. What is it, something that makes you go, I got to get to that point.
I think it depends on the stage I've been in my life. I think that answer, if you, and I'm sure a lot of people like this, but I'm sure that answer would change a lot throughout my
Yes.
life. I think
Hmm.
now, freedom more than anything else,
Yeah.
um, freedom of time more than anything else.
Hmm.
Having time to do what I want, when I want, how I want, the way I want. I think that's priceless. And I wish I worked towards that more and when I was younger to set up my lifestyle that way. And that's something I try to teach my kids. I think what's that saying? No amount of money can buy a second of time.
Right.
And many years ago, so I lost my mom when she was 37. And when
Mm.
I hit 37 years old, I went, oh, whoa. That was the
Yeah.
first taste of, okay, this is, we're approaching halfway, maybe a little less
Yeah.
than halfway, whatever. So I think that really motivated me to make sure I have my priorities straight of
Yeah.
maybe less things that aren't productive in life and keeping my priorities straight, which are my kids.
Yep.
My no particular order here, so don't jump on me. But my kids are high on that list. My wife is very high on that list. My dogs are
Yeah.
extremely high on that list.
Okay.
My faith is probably the top of that list. I
Yep.
think for a long time when I was in my 20s, I like a lot of people shied away from that, and
Yeah.
now taking a more serious approach and getting back on track with where I should have been that whole time. So
Yeah.
I
For
think
sure.
more than anything else, yeah, just probably freedom would be the shortest answer to that.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally. Yeah, I can put that, faith being at the top priority of the list. As like you, I grew up in a Christian home, but it was more of the you have to do this, you have to do that,
Mm.
you can't do this, you can't do that, and
So
I
you're
I
Catholic
took
then?
No, and
That sounds like a
however,
Catholic home, though.
it was a very legalistic home. But I remembered when I was younger, I told my mom, I said, if there's a day when I don't have to go to church anymore, I'm not going.
Yeah,
And when I got old enough to not go to church, I'm like, I'm not going.
yeah.
And then it took some serious life altering events to turn that around and be like, yeah, without God, I'm nothing. And so not to get all spiritual or whatever, but I know where I could have been and I
Hmm.
know where I'm at now. So faith is definitely at the top of the list.
Awesome,
So
man. Awesome. Let
yeah,
me answer a couple of these questions in here real quick.
for sure.
Chris asked if we're going to GunCon this year. I know NeoMag will be at GunCon. I don't know if I will be at GunCon because it's in Ohio this year, if you guys don't know. And
Hmm.
if you're anywhere in that area, GunCon's a cool show to go to. But it's so close for the guys who live in Ohio who work for NeoMag to fly me out when they're already there is not a
Yeah.
great use of money. So NeoMag will definitely be there. I don't know if I will. Will you?
Right. I will probably not be there. There's limited things I can go to, so that's usually not one of them because corporate America keeps me tied down.
Mm, yeah.
So,
So Paul G said, long time no talk to. He used to comment on my channel all the time. He's from Ireland, and
oh, nice.
in the beginning of my channel, I sometimes would take apart a gun and clean it and show how to do it if it was something a little unique. And I used to
Hmm.
clean it with a toothbrush. That's always been my thing. I've cleaned guns with an
Yeah.
old toothbrush, and I made the
Yeah.
joke of a tactical toothbrush one time. And he sent me from Ireland this coin, this
Yeah.
patch, and a wooden toothbrush that says tactical toothbrush. And actually, Paul,
That's
I have
cool.
something to show, Paul.
Oh, nice.
Right on the background of my studio, that was the patch that
There
he
it
sent
is.
me. And I still have
That's
that up in
cool.
the background of my studio, Paul. So I figured you'd
That's
like to
cool.
see that. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Um,
Yeah.
and what did Nate say?
Uh,
Two by four from 2x4 to the head from God is necessary sometimes to get you
Yep.
turned in the right direction. Yeah, man.
That it
That's
is.
so mine was a little different. I shied away because I was a pretty angry dude when I was younger, and
Mm,
getting married, like a lot of people, slows you down, calms you down a little bit. Having kids
hmm.
calms you down. Wanting to give them the right morals and values in life, we started going to
Yeah.
church, and I was doing it for them at first, not expecting it to affect me as much as it did in a beautiful way. So
Yeah.
whatever it takes to
That's
get
cool.
people, yeah,
Yeah.
that was good.
Yeah. Whatever it takes, for sure. That's good. And it's funny how when you get married, like you said, it slows you down. It changes a lot of your things,
Hmm.
and it it puts a lot of things back into perspective of where you should be.
Mm.
So
And what
yeah,
really
that's
matters.
good. Yeah, for sure.
Uh, Annie said, "Good evening, guys. Love both of
Annie,
your content. Thank you for being positive."
yeah,
Thank you, Annie.
she watches and comments on, I'd probably say 99% of my videos, and
That's
that
awesome.
one that 1% is probably watched, and yeah, but she's awesome.
That's awesome. That's good to hear.
Yeah,
Actually, I
yeah,
got recognized. I don't get recognized around here where I live in the Northeast very often. Once in a great
yeah.
while. But I got recognized at the gym today for the first time.
Oh, that's funny.
And I went up to a guy. I thought there was going to be a problem. I went up to. I said, "Hey, can I steal one of these 45-pound weights off the rack you're using?" And he stopped and
Uh,
looked at me like this, and I'm like, "Uh oh." I'm like, and he's just staring at me. So I'm like, "Oh, what? Are we about to go? Like, what's up?" And he's like, "I watch your YouTube." I was like, "Oh,
no,
cool,
that's
cool, cool,
funny.
cool." I'm like, I thought we were
That's
about
funny.
to start throwing fist here at the gym.
Or throwing 45-pound weights.
Nate asked you a question. He says, "Scott, do you work for FedEx Corporate? My dad worked for FedEx for 10 years up here in the Northeast Ohio area as a senior manager."
I work for FedEx Global Security, so I cover all things theft related. I cover illegal shipments, narcotic shipments, cash shipments, fraud shipments, anything that has to do with something that could go wrong, that does go wrong. I am that guy.
Very cool.
So, but
Very
I'm not in Ohio. I'm in Orlando. So
It's a little bit warmer, a little bit
it
nicer.
is. Well, it's 65 degrees right now, so that's a little
That's
chilly here.
that's beautiful. I
It is.
love
It is.
60s.
Yeah, I do too, because
We
we
have
get
we have
to,
we have climbed up, and same thing with Nate in Ohio. We've climbed up to the 40s in most days, and
yeah,
once in a while we'll hit a 50. But for the most part, it's been 40. So,
yeah, yeah. Carolina EDC reviews on there. Two of my favorites together in one place.
ah, thank you,
Screaming,
homie.
screaming like a little girl right now.
I
That's
got to
funny.
get him and Chris on a future
Yes.
live. Like I said, I want to get different person every week on these lives and just make this
Yeah.
a weekly habit hopefully every Wednesday, if not Thursday,
Yeah.
either
Yeah.
one will work.
Wednesdays are my date night with my wife. My boys go to youth group. They go to church, so they leave at 6, and then we have till 9. So we'll go to dinner. We'll do something, just kind of hang out. So that's our dedicated. So Wednesdays are already taken.
Yeah,
So
she's more important than me. I get it. As
yeah.
she should be.
I
Especially
mean,
me
you're
just
important. You are important, but
I noticed when you did that hierarchy of what's most important, I wasn't on that top of that list.
oh, you're up there. Don't worry about that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Uh,
Thank you. All right, what else you got for me before I ask you some more?
let's see. I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna just dive right into like gun stuff because I want to know what your favorite gun is, pistol, rifle, or whatever.
My
Loaded
favorite
question for these.
my favorite handgun overall is Nighthawk. I've been very lucky that they have supported my channel. I met them at a show, and for some reason, they send me stuff all the time to borrow. It's just loaners. There's
Yep.
something else on its way right now. So I think
Nice.
my favorite, nicest handgun is a Nighthawk, which is not very realistic for everyone.
Right.
So on a more realistic scale, I have a Sig X5 Legion that has
Hmm.
literally over 10,000 rounds through it. I love that gun for something that's somewhat budget friendly. I
Nice.
also have a Walther PDP Pro with the
Nice.
built-in comp, the Parker Mountain Machine comp, that I'm just about to do a review on. That handgun shoots amazing. I love Walther's handguns.
Yes.
As far as the long gun side, a rifle I've had for a long time that I love a lot, the VP9. I love the VP9, but uh,
Yeah.
these are just nicer. Um, as far as
Sig is
long guns,
cool.
I have a primary weapon system, a PWS mod 1 or 2. I forgot what it is. PWS
Okay.
rifle. That's great. Full ambi. It's really soft shooting, long stroke piston gun. It's always been my, not always, but for a long time has been my favorite AR. But I
Yeah.
just got in a Radian. That right there is a Radian
Nice.
Mod 1. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
That's
Like when people
that.
ask me like why would I spend the extra money on like a $3,000 AR or a $5,000 handgun, like you got to shoot it
Mhm.
and feel it to understand the quality.
Oh yeah.
It's
100%.
kind of like, yeah, a Honda Accord will get you to work and be super reliable, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. It's a great car, but doing
Hmm.
it in a Lexus is going to give you a lot more comfort. So,
Yeah.
is it necessary to have a $3,000 AR? No, but
No.
is it nice? Yes,
Yes.
yes, it
Yeah.
is. And then as far
That's fun.
as I'm going to say shotgun, and I know it's not shotgun. Over there, I have a Mossberg Shockwave. You can kind of just
Yep.
see the front of the muzzle there.
Yeah.
I love that silly little shotgun. And that's the only gun that I sold and regretted it and went back and bought another one.
Really.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I don't have really use for it. I just think it's cool.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
yeah.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
I want you to answer the same question in just a second. The PDP, I just want to see what we
Yep.
missed here. Nighthawk is awesome. I agree. PDP Pro is amazing. Favorite in my collection. Paul, can you have and shoot and own guns in Florida? Sorry, in Ireland. Tiberious need more to move further south. Yeah, I know. I would love to move south, especially with Rhode Island potentially passing an assault weapons ban this year. They're pushing for the assault weapons ban really hard. That's going to make um, it's going to make my life very, very difficult if that happens. So
Yeah. You got to
I
move
don't
down
know.
here to the Gunshine State, bro.
Yeah, that's on the list. It would either be South Carolina or Florida. It's tough that
Yeah.
I have a teenage daughter and I have a son
Yep.
who's about to be a teenager, and
Yeah.
moving them away from their friends now would not be. a good dad move.
No, no, it's tough right there, for
So
sure.
it'd have to be a second piece of property or something, or I don't know what, but we'll cross that
Yeah.
bridge when we have to. Anyway,
Yep.
same question to you that you just asked me.
All right. So I would have to say, um, I'm gonna jump in there with the Canik rival.
I knew you were gonna say
Um,
that.
Go figure. Now, Canik, I bought my first Canik when I probably a year into getting started, and probably not even a year, probably 6 months into getting started, and I went to the NRA convention, my first convention ever walking into. I had 375 subscribers, and I'm like, these these people aren't going to pay me the time of day. And so I walked in and I sat down at the Canik booth, started talking with Nils and some of the other people that were over there. And they're like, hey, sign up for, you could win a gun. I'm like, okay, cool. So I signed up. I won a Draco. Go figure. I'm like, that's cool.
Yeah.
And so from that, yeah, so from that point on, Canik has been supportive of the channel. They have says, hey, we want to help you out however we can. We're going to promote your
Awesome.
videos. We're going to promote you. And so Canik's been in my corner for years. So I've got 14 of them, and I
Oh,
absolutely love
jeez.
them. Yeah. So, um, but I've got my favorite one is the Rival. So
It's a
much
nice
that I
gun.
took it and had it Cerakoted in black multicam, and
Ooh,
it looks
very nice.
good.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. So rifles, um, I'd probably have to say my favorite rifle that I've shot is from a company called T6. They have a system that they've created. It's called the tunable compensation system, to where you can tune the muzzle brake to make it shoot flat for you. So I may hand that gun to you, and it may not shoot as flat for you as it does for me, and you can adjust the washers at the end of the barrel to make it shoot flat for you. And those guys have been supporter of the channel for a few years now.
Mm.
Um, but recently, there's another company called Special Ops Tactical, and they're literally 10 minutes from my front door. They made me a high-end rifle called the Nemesis, and it is ah, it's like you're radiant. You're like, oh my gosh, you never know
Yeah.
until you shoot it. And I'm thinking to myself, it's just another rifle. It's just another rifle. I'm like, no, it's not another rifle. This thing is a monster. So when you come
Um,
down, or when I come up, you'll have to shoot it.
when I come down, yeah. When I come
There
down,
you go.
definitely. So somebody asked the question I was just about to ask. Have you seen the Canik Prime and what's your thoughts on it?
I have seen the Canik Prime, and more to come.
Yeah.
Yes, it's fantastic. I did a video with those guys at Shot Show. It is They have answered every customer's concern with that gun, and the
Hmm.
fact that it's made right here in Sarasota, in
I
Florida.
know, it's awesome.
The whole thing,
The
USA
one thing
made.
I love about Canik is they make more improvements and listen to customers, I think, than pretty
Yep.
much any other company. The
Yep.
triggers are sensational for a budget-friendly gun. The triggers are great,
Oh yeah.
and
Yep.
they're actually sending me one of those primes. I don't know when, but they're sending me one to review, and I'm
Nice.
excited
Nice.
because
Yeah.
it's a good-looking gun.
It is. It is. Yeah.
Qu-
So I'll have to
I didn't
share
see it at
something
Shot Show,
offline.
so I have a question. It looks like I
Yeah.
know there's a port on the top, right? But is there
Hmm.
also ports on the side of the barrel?
On the barrel, yes. So the barrel is fluted and comped. So the
Oh,
slide is also comped as well.
okay.
So it's
Excuse me.
yeah. When you get it in your hand, it's just going to be like, oh my lord. So yeah, it's
Nice.
it's a good one. Yep.
That's awesome.
So yeah, so that's cool that they're sending that out to you, man. That's a plus. I'll have to
Yeah.
share some news with you offline.
Awesome, dude. Yeah, I haven't
Yeah.
done much with them in a long time. I used to do a lot with them and kind of just lost connection for whatever reason. And
Yeah.
I did see someone from Canik at Shot Show and guess was able to respark that. So that's good.
Yeah. Yeah. Adam's always been a good dude, man. He's always had my back in a lot of situations. So
Hi, Adam.
yeah, exactly. He makes me feel short.
Yeah. If you guys don't know, the guy he's talking about, Adam from Canik, is probably 6'6",
6'8", 6'6",
6'8".
6'8".
He's yeah.
He's Yeah, he's a big dude.
Yeah,
So,
he's a large
yep.
fella for sure.
Yeah.
All right,
So,
I'm gonna ask you
cool.
one.
All right.
Actually, sticking with the YouTube channel. What are some upcoming videos you have?
Upcoming videos. I am this weekend. I'm collaborating with Thunder Tactical.
Mm.
So he's a YouTuber out of Minnesota.
I do
Um,
know who he is. Yeah, he went to
yeah.
CMMG recently. I saw him at CMMG with
Yep.
those guys.
Yeah. So he's been him and I have been friends for 5 years. We met this past not this past one, but the year before at Iraq Veteran,
Hmm.
and we just hit it off. First time meeting there. But him and his family are here in Central Florida on their family vacation, and he said, "Hey, I want to come and shoot." I'm like, "I want you to come and shoot." So we're gonna collaborate on do some stuff. We're gonna do some videos together. I pick it up tomorrow. I've got the Fostech Drone Raptor pistol.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so that's going to be a fun one to shoot, and then my local gun company or uh, gun store donated 1,000 rounds of ammo for the video. So I'm like, that's 1,000 rounds I ain't got to pay for.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, ammo.
So
If I had one of my goals this year is to get an ammo sponsor because
yeah,
my budgeting would look so different if I didn't have to buy as much ammo as I do. Like, oh my
of course,
goodness,
of
it is
course. Yep,
insane.
it is. What's
Adam is
channel?
Andre the Giant. Yes, I agree. That is awesome, Scott. Tyler is a great guy. Please forgive me,
Yep.
Scott. What is your channel? His channel is Drop It Like It's Scott. So kind of like Drop It Like It's Hot, but Drop It Like It's Scott.
Yep.
Thank you for following him, Paul. I appreciate that.
For sure. For sure.
For sure. All
So
right, let's take it out of the firearms YouTube world. What do you do when you're
okay.
not sending rounds down range and not working? What are like hobbies, fun, vacation, interests? What else are you into? I know there's something about a
Mm.
kayak, and I'm hoping you tell that kayak story.
The one where we kayaked out 3.5, 4 miles out in the ocean. That one.
Yes. Yes. And
Yeah.
whatever else you do
Well.
too, but dude, that was
Yeah.
nuts.
Yeah. Well, every other year we switch it and we do a family vacation. But one of the years we go to Melbourne Beach and we spend like 3 weeks at Melbourne Beach. And one of the days it's only the guys. So it's me, my brother-in-laws, my father-in-law, and then my uncle. We jump in our kayaks and we just hit the waters and we just start going out. We pull a cooler behind the one of the kayaks that floats. We have some sandwiches and some waters, and we just go out. And last time we were out there was 3.5 miles, and then we drifted for an additional half mile. So we were out for 4 miles, and then we're like, it's hot, so we all just jumped in the water. And then my brother-in-law says, "Hey, give me your GoPro." He swims down probably 30, 40 feet and puts the GoPro back up and catches the whole bottoms of the kayaks and just
That's
sees
cool.
everything out there. Yeah, I was scared. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm in no man's land, and it's
Yeah.
like anything can come up and tip you, and you're done. So, but if that's my time to go, it's my time to go.
You
So,
had fun doing
but
it at
yeah,
least.
yeah, for sure. But no, other than that, I just like hanging out with my wife and my boys. My oldest son is 18. He starts college next year. He's going in for mechanical engineering and
Cool.
3D printing. He's going to do all the classes for that. And my youngest, he'll be a freshman next year, and he's actually at soccer practice right now. He's a sports guy. It's constant. At least 3 days a week, I'm at a sports practice or event. So that takes up majority of evening time. So,
Fun, fun.
and then,
My tech guy, the one who runs my website and my email, I was talking to him
yep.
today because I had to pay my yearly thing. He has 4 kids, 4 boys, and
Oof,
all
God bless him.
4 are in hockey, ice hockey. All 4. Yeah. You laugh.
Yeah,
So anybody
that's,
doesn't know, ice hockey is stupid expensive.
yep,
And usually the practices are like 5 in the morning. So being he has 4 different ages, he's like, some days
yep,
we go to the rink at like 5 and we don't leave till 10, 11, or
yeah.
AM and PM and practices. And I'm just like, that's
That's
ridiculous.
insane. Yeah.
4 in hockey.
Yeah, that's insane. It's like one of my
Hmm.
neighbors. He's got 4 daughters, and
Oh,
they are, yeah, God bless them there. But no, they range from 8th grade to senior in high school, and
ugh,
they're all active in sports and dance and all that stuff. And he's constantly going. I'm like, I don't know
that's
how
a
you do
lot.
it, dude. It is.
That's a lot.
So
Would you
I'm
rather
done
have
at
four
10.
daughters or four sons?
4 sons, because I'm an overprotective dad. If I had daughters, God help the people who come to my house. Be like, I got no problem going back to prison. I have
Yeah,
not been to prison.
no, it's a joke. It's a joke. Um,
Yeah.
my daughter is 16 and she hasn't started dating, not interested in boys yet. She says,
Yeah.
all boys are gross, and I doubt her until I look at the boys in her school and go,
Yeah.
yeah, okay. But anyway, the day she does bring a boy home, I'm coming right in this room. This is my office and my
Yep.
studio, and right what this background is with everything. I'm just gonna sit him down, have him face that way, and talk
Yep.
to him. Yeah,
100%. Yep. I've got nieces that I'm doing that for. So,
yeah,
so,
yeah.
but,
It'd be a
yeah.
scary day. She's driving.
Yeah.
She just started driving, which is also equally scary.
Yep. Yep. So, all
You just
girls
said
tell
all
their dad.
girls tell their dad that. I get it. I get it. But my daughter and I are
Yep.
very close, and
That's good.
she will tell me when she says she goes, Dad, don't get me wrong. Some of the boys in school are cute. She goes, but all the cute
Hmm.
boys are jerks.
Yeah.
And with her, if you're not like, she is the kindest person I've ever met. And if you're not
Yeah.
matching her level of kindness, she wants nothing to do with you as a friend or a significant
Oh,
other.
for sure.
Or she even yells at me like if I honk the horn while I'm driving.
Hmm.
Um, she gets mad at me. Be nice. Like, we're in New England. We're not supposed to be nice on the road.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I am being nice. You should see I'm
Yeah,
not.
I didn't run him off the road. I just honked the horn.
There you
And
go.
Nate,
Yep.
yes, if you could fly out when I have to have that conversation, that would be great.
Oh
That
yeah,
would be
that'd be.
great.
I'd love to be a fly on the wall for that one.
I don't know if you've ever seen this movie, and I'm sorry, I don't know the name of it, but it's with 50 Cent,
Yep.
and you know what I'm talking about. Okay, good.
Yep.
Do you know
Yep.
the
And he
name of the
brings him into
movie?
the garage. I do not.
Yes.
Yeah.
If
Brings
anybody
him in the
knows the
garage.
name of the movie, drop it down below. But the scene is like
Yeah.
a guy comes to pick up his daughter for the first time, and he brings the kid out to the garage, and like all his homies are out in the garage, and they're all like
Yep.
pretty
Yep.
scary looking dudes, and he's telling the
Yep.
kid like, this is the first time that someone else is in charge of my daughter's safety, and I expect you to keep her safe and treat her with respect and everything. And
Yep.
uh, yeah,
Yeah. The one part that a lot of people don't catch in that clip is when he goes to shake 50 Cent's hand. 50 Cent doesn't even acknowledge. He just reaches in and tucks in the red handkerchief in his
yeah.
pocket and pushes it down. It's like, no, 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 no. You may be red, but in here you ain't red. so, so Den
Den
of
of
Thieves, that's
Thieves.
it.
Yeah, Den of
Yep.
Thieves is what he said. So thank you, Nate.
Yep.
Thank you,
Yep.
Nate.
Yeah. That's cool.
Um, do you drink? Do you drink at
Um,
all?
yes.
Yeah, we've had a beer before,
We've
actually.
had a beer together. Yep.
Yeah, at a
Yeah.
barbecue joint, right?
Terry Black's.
Yeah, Terry Black's
Yep.
at the NRA
Yep.
show. I have such a bad
Yes.
memory. I'm sorry. All right, so
I
if you drink, what is your drink of choice? If you're gonna have a beverage, what is it?
IPA.
Beer.
IPA
That's
beer.
your
Yes.
IPA beer. All right, what's your?
Yep.
Is there a favorite IPA?
High Life from Cigar City. That's a brewery down here in Tampa.
When you
So,
said High Life, I thought you meant Miller, and I almost spit out my
oh
drink.
God. No, High Life, like the sport, High Life.
I get you. Thought you said High Life. I'm
High
like,
Life. No,
okay,
no.
not an IPA,
I
but
I don't think
interesting
I've ever
choice.
had one of those. That's like,
I'm
I'll
sure I
get a
have,
Smirnoff
but
Ice.
can I have a Zima, please?
Exactly. Oh God, Zima.
Oh,
But
gross.
no,
Paul
but
Paul just dropped Sailor Jerry. I used to drink Sailor Jerry all the time. I still do occasionally, but I've been on a
yeah,
Jameson kick for like 2 years, so I'm kind of
yep,
stuck on
yeah. I
that.
just started getting into bourbons as well, which is much more expensive than beer.
Mm,
So, but no, I don't drink a lot. If I have a beer, it's like maybe two, maybe three in the weekend, but that's it. I don't drink during the week. Um, but it's very occasional, and I yeah, people used to tell me, "Oh, you drink beer? How can you serve God and drink beer?" Well, Jesus' first miracle was turning water into wine in a party. So come on, you know.
Yeah. I think as long as, like you said, as long as you can do it in moderation and as long as it doesn't
Yeah,
lead you to any sins, a lot of
correct,
folks, when they drink, get lead to sin. Some people don't. So if it's not
correct.
leading you to sin, there's nothing
Yeah,
wrong with that. And the same
yeah,
thing, I don't drink much anymore, but occasionally, you know.
yeah, yeah.
It
Paul
seems
Paul
like
says he's Irish.
yeah, yeah, Paul, you're Irish. I'm
Yep.
sure you drink. Yes. We had
Yep.
a Guinness in I don't love Guinness, but we had a Guinness in we went to go see a Boston Bruins game the other night and we were leaving Boston Bruins and then the name of the one of the oldest bars in America, Green Dragon. Nate, if I'm saying the
Mhm.
name wrong, let me know. But we stopped at Green Dragon on the way just because the bar has been there literally since like Sam Adams and George Washington and all these people
Yeah.
have been in this bar drinking. So I'm like, wow, you can't
Yeah.
walk by it without grabbing a drink in that bar, you know?
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
Jameson with a little
So
ginger ale. That was you. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Jameson, and I'm having ginger beer instead of ginger ale.
There you go.
Ginger beer, I think, is a
Nice.
little better than ginger ale.
Yeah, I
Anyway.
think mine. I'm sitting here with my black bag resources, but it's a Dr Pepper because I'm driving.
A good man. You shouldn't be drinking. And
No, no. So,
all right, what
but
else
in
you got
it's
for me?
let's see. Let me grab my list. Um, in your opinion, what is the most overrated gun?
Oh man, ah, overrated gun. Man, hmm.
Or underrated? Overrated or
Mm,
underrated?
all of the steel frame CZs, I don't think get enough love as much
Hmm.
love as they should. You know, there's plenty of CZ fanboys, but in general, any steel frame CZ is just lovely.
Oh yeah,
Um,
for sure.
Smith and because Nate just said, "Don't you dare say it." Smith and Wesson. Actually, I like
Overrated or
Smith and
underrated?
so overrated. No, I like Smith and Wesson. I can't talk smack about them.
Yeah,
Um, now that they fixed their awful 1.0 triggers, they're fine.
yeah.
I'm really trying to think of an overrated gun, and I'm struggling to think of one. I'm turning around like I'm not the biggest Glock fanboy, but I don't think they're
Okay.
overrated. I just don't think they change quick enough and update their features that I would like. Like the triggers have been eh.
Yep.
You know, it took them so long to come out with an optics cut. They were so far behind on that, and then the
Hmm.
MOS system I don't love with the plates. So I
Yeah.
don't love, but they're the most reliable guns on the market. You know, if I'm,
And there's
so
magazines for them everywhere.
parts, magazines, everywhere. So I
Yes.
can't poo poo on it. Yeah, somebody just said
Yeah.
Glock overrated.
Yeah.
I don't know. Can you think of one that you think is very overrated?
I was gonna say Glock is, in
Uh-huh.
my opinion, is overrated because I've owned a few of them. I don't own any more, just for the fact of I hate the stock trigger because
Yeah.
it's like
Well, you're a Canik
it feels
shooter. You get
plastic.
spoiled with that thing.
I I do, I do. I'd probably have to say overrated. Uh, I had one in my mind. Oh, geez, now it's I've lost it. Oh, people are gonna hate me for this one. Staccato.
Oh man.
I like them. I think they're good guns, but for 4 grand, no, I don't think I could do that for 4 grand to have a staccato gun. That's just like, oh, that's too bright. Um, I mean, I shot it at Shot Show at the range
Yeah.
day, and I'm like, this is nice. And then they said, oh yeah, it's $4,200. I'm like, it's not that nice. So, I mean,
I
if I'm gonna
get it,
spend,
dude.
yeah, if I'm gonna spend 4 grand, I'm gonna buy an Alien. So,
Yeah. Yeah,
but
no, it's a lot of money. I think the most underrated gun by far is High Point.
they are.
I just wanted to see your reaction.
I was like, they
Is
are
he being
not going
serious
to be
right now?
spoken about. I man, when last time when we were at was it the gathering? I forget. We were doing
Yeah.
something, and I was like, "Hey, we're gonna go shoot." Hey, and I was on the video, so we're gonna go shoot. You're like High Point. I'm like, "Oh God, here we go. Please don't be a High Point fan." So,
Hey, they typically go bang. I'll give them credit. They're dirt cheap. And
and you can't
the
break
thing
them.
I seriously like about High Point is they know where they are in the industry and they embrace it. They're not like,
Mhm.
yeah, we're a premium gun maker. We're just as good as Glock. They're not. That's not what they're doing. They're like, look, we're making very budget friendly guns in the
Yeah,
states that typically will go bang every single time. So
yeah, for sure, for sure.
yeah,
Yep, High Point is the
everyone
goat.
should own a G19 at a minimum. I do agree staccato is overpriced. They're not Atlas. High Point is the
This
GOAT.
is
You're
true.
just saying that because you live in Ohio and
He's a
they're
yeet
made in
cannon.
Ohio. Yeah. I will say I did shoot a 10 millimeter High Point. I did a review on it. And
Yeah.
it wasn't terrible. It wasn't. It really wasn't terrible.
Yeah, no, I did a 9 millimeter High Point. I actually raffled it off. I sold tickets for $1 a piece, and I took all the money. I mean, we raised like $500, and it was really cool. So I took all that money and I gave it to one of the boys' homes that we support here, and
Awesome.
donated it to them. Yeah, so it's like that's kind of cool. So I took it and spray painted it, and people are like, "I can't believe you're spray painting a gun." I'm like, "It's a High Point."
Spray paint guns all the time. That's so much fun.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
came
for
across a
sure.
company that's selling special stencils today
Really?
for yeah, like they just joined Avant Link. Avant Link is like influencer marketing, and they just
Yeah.
joined, and they have all these stencils, like not only normal camo pattern, but like half of this camo pattern I've never even heard of.
Mhm.
Old random country. Um, but they had like dozens of stencils if you want to spray paint some cool
Oh, that's
designs
cool.
on a gun.
That's cool.
Saul is my new favorite person. He said I take a High Point over a Smith and Wesson any day. Saul, I love you. You are now my best friend. Thank you for making Nate mad.
That's awesome. High Point messed up big time. Capitalized on it. So here's another one that and I'm going to say this as honest as possible is a company, and people are going to be like, I can't believe you're saying this. It's a company that I think is underrated. Is SCCY Sky Firearms.
Really?
Yes, I took a tour of their facility because they're an hour from me. So they called me up
Hmm.
and like, "Hey, can you come and take a tour of our building?" And you can't record anything. I'm like, "Okay, well, why do you want me to come?" So they wanted me to see what it is that they put in their guns, and I watched from start to finish what they do and how they make that gun. There is not any corner that they cut in the market. Yes, there are their guns they're not the prettiest guns,
Mm.
but I think their biggest flaw are their magazines. Their magazines are in-house made. Everything's made in-house. They don't import or ship anything. It's all made in-house. And so I think with those guys, I've got two of their guns, and I have put 1,000 rounds through each of them, and I've yet to have a failure out of both of them.
That's awesome.
So and yeah, so I mean, whatever gun works for you, and a lot of people like them because they're affordable, and their
Small.
thought process is we want to make guns that are affordable, not cheap. He goes, we could sell our guns for 500-600 bucks, but then what's the point? I'm like, so yeah, so I think that they're definitely not. I think they're yeah, I think they're a little underrated.
Yeah. I
So
think that like a lot of companies who have had problems in the past, it takes a very
mhm.
long time to get over that, to get past that, to
Yeah,
change that image. And plenty of
yeah,
companies have done it. But Scuzzy
yeah.
well, Scuzzy, how do you say it? SCCY, whatever. I just called him
Sky, yeah,
Scuzzy. Sky, whatever.
Scuzzy,
Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to call you Scuzzy.
Scuzzy.
I don't know where that came from. I'm gonna blame the
Yeah,
Jameson. But they have
there you
problems in the
go.
past, and you actually
Yeah,
introduced me to them at a show,
the
and you
NRA
said the
last
same
year.
thing the guy said, that look,
Yep.
yeah, we've had problems in the past, we've worked them out, and let me send you one of these new guns because they're rock solid. And I didn't
Yeah.
take them up on it, but maybe I should have.
Yeah. I mean, I'll give them your information. I'm good buddies with the COO now. Yay me!
Yeah, big time. And
Yeah,
someone just mentioned the colors, and he's right. The different colors
yeah,
people send to like the
yeah.
different
Had to
colors. The
turn on my
ladies.
truck light. Sorry.
No, it's all good.
So it's
It's all
starting to get
good.
dark. So,
Yeah. Now we can
but
talk for another
yeah,
minute or two if you want, and then I'll let you go.
yeah, for sure, for sure. What you got? Anything you want to know further in depth on my side?
Oh, let me see. I would like to know. I can't read my own handwriting here. Jeez. I would like to know your favorite snack and if you are a salty or a sweet kind of guy.
I'd probably say right now I'm a salty snack guy. I used to love ice cream, but I
Mm.
ballooned up pretty big. I
Mhm.
got really heavy, and the doctor says you're at risk for heart disease. I'm like, oh,
Ugh.
that's not happening. So I dropped it and says no. So now I'll have maybe a bowl of ice cream every other week, maybe once a month. But I'm a chips and guac. I
Ooh,
love chips and guac.
yeah, that sounds
So
delicious. I'm a big
yes,
fan of that.
so
All right, so Nate, you're right. We do need a question of the week, and this is the question of the week. I want all 9 people watching to answer. What's your favorite snack? And overall, you typically a salty or a sweet kind of guy or girl.
yep,
I'm 100%
yep,
sweet. I have a huge
okay,
sweet tooth. I always want sweet. Like I like salty chips and stuff, but sweet, sweet, sweet always.
yeah.
Um, Ice cream is my number one killer. I love gummy bears, even though I haven't had a gummy bear in months because once I open
I
that bag, it's done.
I know. I remember you liking gummy bears. I was like,
I
oh,
love gummy bears. The texture
was it?
is so
Is
good.
it the Hasbro Hasbro? What are they called? The Haro Haribo. That's it.
Haribo. Those are like the
Yeah.
poor man's gummy bears. Those are like the Honda Civic of gummy bears. Yeah, they'll get it
Yeah.
done, but you got to get the Albanese, the white bag Albanese
Yep.
premium gummy bears. Those are just next
Okay.
level. Next
I
level.
can't do gummies. I I can't do
Oh, I
gummies.
love
Gummies just
gummies.
there's something about the
Gelato.
textures like
Yeah.
oh gelato. That is a good
Gelato.
one.
Oh yeah.
Somebody said Paul said
Nachos.
crunchy Cheetos.
Those are good. Those are good. My
Yep.
son likes the spicy ones.
Oh dude, my kid loves Takis. You have Takis up
Yeah.
there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. My son's the same way.
No. Yep, I can't
Yeah.
do it. I don't. It must be something with the early teens or preteens. It's like I don't know. I can't do it.
Nope. I don't love
Uh,
spice like a lot of spice anyway, so
yeah, yeah. The only time I
centerpiece
like spice
brownie or corner piece?
centerpiece,
Good man. Good man. See, now I know
centerpiece
why we're
all
friends.
day.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay. So do you put extra chocolate chips in your brownies?
Oh, I'm all for it. I can't tell you the
Okay.
last time I don't know if I've ever made brownies, but I'm all for extra
Okay.
chocolate chips and some vanilla ice cream on top too.
Yes. So I when I make brownies, I put butterscotch chips, um,
Oh,
white chocolate, semi-sweet, and milk chocolate, and
wow.
it all ends up in one box. It all ends up being like 2 cups of chocolate chips.
And
So it's
2,000
good.
calories per piece.
Yep, yep.
Yeah.
But they are the centerpiece all day long.
My daughter
So
does something similar. She makes really good, I guess I'll call them chocolate chip cookies, but she puts like
mhm.
white chocolate, milk chocolate, dark chocolate, and caramel pieces in there. And
Yep.
one, oh my goodness. And if you get
Oh
one
yeah.
cookie with all four in there, it's like magic.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Have you ever had a magic bar?
Magic bar. No.
We make them, or my mother-in-law makes them every year at Christmas time. It is graham cracker bottom
Coconut.
with sweetened condensed milk,
Yeah,
coconut
I've had it. Yep. Yep.
chips. Oh yeah. So they might be called something different up there, but we call it magic bar here, and it's wonderful. So
7-layer coconut bar is what we call them in our
that's
family.
yep,
Yeah.
yep. I've heard that name too.
Mm,
So you're in Rhode Island, correct?
unfortunately.
So I am from Massachusetts originally.
Hmm.
So I was born in Springfield, so I'm not sure how far that is from you. So
Hour and a
I'm a
half.
okay. So I am a Massidian or what people Massachusetts kind of guy. Um,
Mass hole is usually
yep, yep,
yeah.
yeah. So I'm originally from there, but I don't have my accent like you still have yours, because you live up there. The only time I have mine is when it comes out when I get mad. So it's
Oh.
very rare when that happens. So people like I was doing a interrogation with somebody for theft, and I started getting heated. And somebody walked by my office, and they're like, "Who'd you have in there with you?" I'm like, "Nobody." They're like, "Why?" I said, "Because somebody from up north was in there with you." I'm like, "No, that was me." So it's like,
It just comes out.
I gotta go park that car over there.
So I think I've told you this before. I have family down in Florida, like everybody in New England. We
Yep,
all have family down in Florida, and my
yep,
adopted family is down in right near Melbourne.
yep,
And they don't have their accent anymore. They've been down there for 20 years. No, very
yep,
very few words that comes out. The second I
yep,
go down there, or anyone comes down, within like 10 minutes, all of a sudden their R's are just gone out of their language, and they're right
yep.
back to Providence, Rhode Island, like instantly
Oh yeah,
after hanging out.
yep,
So
yep.
yeah.
So Providence, Rhode Island, um, is the from the scene from Dumb and Dumber. Is that apartment complex really in Providence?
I don't know. The movie was filmed in Rhode Island, um,
Yep,
and a lot of it was Providence.
yeah.
I don't know if that apartment was in Providence or not, though.
Oh, that'd be fun to drive by.
Yeah,
It's got no food, got no jobs.
that was a
It's one
good
of my
movie.
favorite movies.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was a good movie.
so
Lobster rolls. Nate just said lobster rolls.
I mean, you had me at rolls. Doesn't matter what kind they are.
But even better if it's stuffed with lobster. You a seafood fan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like some seafood. I like lobster. I love sushi. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so,
Yeah, I'm
but
right with you. If it
no,
comes out of the ocean, I'm probably gonna eat it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but
All
yeah.
right, dude.
I was trying to think if there's anything else I got. I don't
Yeah, check your
really.
list. See if you got one more.
Say, what would you be doing if you weren't in the gun industry?
Well, I worked in retail for 20 years before I got into
Mm,
the gun industry. I worked for Circuit City for 5 years and Staples for
mm,
15. And then I
okay.
got very lucky and found a job at Inforce, and then Roscoe, the shirt you're wearing. And
Oh
now,
yeah, I saw that.
and then now, Neomag.
Nice.
I would hope I still would not be in retail
Yeah,
if I didn't get into the gun industry. I would hope I wouldn't
yeah,
be in retail anymore. I don't know what else I would do. Um, maybe, yeah, I don't know. There's so many things I
yeah,
wanted to do when I was younger that I couldn't kind of start over once I had a house and
yeah,
responsibilities and family and kids. So yeah, um,
yeah,
but I'm very lucky that I'm in the gun industry, and I hope that never changes.
yeah. That's true for sure. It's definitely a fun industry to be a part of.
It is. It
So
is. It is a lot of fun.
yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, very
Well, cool,
cool.
man. Well, thank you for your
Yeah,
time. I greatly appreciate
of
it.
course.
For the
Yeah,
people who are watching this now or going to watch it later, please give Scott a follow. If I can drop a link to his channel in the description, I will. If not,
yep.
just not Google, but go to YouTube search and type in "Drop It Like It's Scott." It comes right up. You just hit what, 16,000,
15. Yep,
15,000? I knew it was in that
15,000.
area.
Yep.
Very awesome,
Yeah.
dude. Very
Yep.
awesome.
Yep.
They
Yep.
say
When I
it
hit.
snowballs, and once it starts, it goes faster and faster.
Yeah.
But that happened for me for like the first, I don't know, 3 years or something, maybe
Yeah.
four, and then it just has kind of continued at the same pace.
Okay.
So hopefully for you, it
Yeah.
just continues to snowball at a faster and faster rate.
Yeah. I'm hoping. I'm hoping. I got a really cool giveaway at 20K. So
Nice,
it's gonna be good. But
cool, man.
yep.
Well, thank you for your
So
time, and
yeah.
go spend time with your family. And thank you.
Yeah. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me on.
All right, take it easy.
So all right, bud. We'll see you.
Bye.